What do we know about this term, I am, other than it being a no copula or a verb tense to be? And it's important that we dissect the origins of the phrase, I am. This basic explanation is showing that the I am is just subject, predicate, verb tense. Okay? This is where the I is the subject, the am is the action or persona. The personification, of the form. And so I'm taking my time with this because I don't want to confuse anyone. I want everyone to be very clear. I, the personification of form, or to speak of yourself in the first person pronoun singular. According to the Oxford Dictionary, it's the 9th letter of the alphabet in Roman numerals for one. Interestingly, a sidebar, when you look at AI chat GTP, AI pronounces itself when it refers to itself as I. This is just probably a pronunciation error or a syntax, because we know when we read the letters A and I together, we can pronounce them A or we can pronounce them I. But it's interesting, very interesting, that AI, ChatGTP, and even the Matrix game calls itself I, not AI. Other examples of this are iPod, iPad, iPhone, and perhaps I, God, right? Be, the word be, because we're defining I am, which is the verb tense to be. Now, when I looked up am, it was saying to be or to exist, to take place, such as Hamlet best put it, to be or not to be, that is the question. The verb be is one of the most frequently used words in English, which is interesting, and often takes the form of am, is, are, were, or was. So the definition of am or be is to exist, to occur, to live, to have, breathe, come to pass in the present tense. Okay? And again, I already read off the other tenses. And so, according to the book of Exodus and the Torah, the Old Testament of the Christian Bible, Moses met up with someone whom they refer to as the God of Abraham, who in that moment revealed his name for the first time. The name was written in Hebrew as YHWH. Some say YHVH. But when you research Hebrew, as many scholars have, I'm referencing many articles in this video for you to look at for yourself. It is actually directly translated as Haya, spelled Hayah. And that means to be. So YHWH is translated in Hebrew directly as Haya, or the verb tense to be. So this is actually fitting to when Moses said, "Who are you?" This being said, "I am who or that or which I am," depending on your biblical translation Bible, whichever Bible you're using. So YHVH, YHWH has been often translated as Yahweh. So Yahweh was calling himself I am. But Yahweh was known as one of the lesser gods. And Yahweh, a lesser god, was a sibling to 70 other gods. Yahweh was also known as El Shaddai, God Almighty, but a lesser or limited God. Okay? In the land of Israel. He was assigned to the land of Israel, not the whole world. And so I just want to stop here, because this is just a glimpse at why many people are choosing to focus on being the I am, or worshiping the I am, but it's a separation, and may not realize that that's not the whole thing. That's not all of what they are. And of course, there's nothing wrong with however you are, wherever you are, whatever resonates with you, that is perfect. If this means nothing to you, take what you can and leave the rest. But keep listening, keep reading, keep taking these things, these ideas and these notions about why we use certain words, why we just jump on the bandwagon. Some of us, I know I did and still do sometimes, catch myself like, wait a minute, let me take this into my inner space, into the womb of my mind and the real wholeness of myself, and ask myself, what does this really mean? Okay? And so when I say go beyond I am, this is why. It is because we haven't known what I am stands for. And in another video, not to be redundant, I explain how I am is just a verb tense that we have learned to use to identify where we are in time and space. It is not saying I am a God. It does not define a God, a real God of creation, per my intuition and my research.